So simplifying this, we're going to have to utilize some of these properties over here on the right. First of all, I can simplify this up here on the top. I'm going to use this property right here, and I'm going to bring this 3 up to the top here. So this really equals 7e to the ln of 2 cubed. See how I went the other direction with that property? So I used that property right there, but I went from right to left. I went from here to there.
Yeah.
See how I did that?
So you just put the 3.
I took the 3 and I put it up here as an exponent to the 2. And now, there's another property that we could write down, that if you have b, I might as well write this up here. If you have, this is one of those exponent properties. If you have a base raised to a log base, if you have a base that's raised to a log base of the same base, that's just equals x. I should write that bigger somewhere. So there I've written some more to clean up some of the properties on the right so you can see all of them. So this property right here, basically what would happen to this is those would just cancel and I would just get 2 to the third. So this is just 7 times 2 to the third. And 2 to the third, of course, is 8. And 8 times 7 is 56. So your answer is just 56 for that one. Okay, so now this problem doesn't say simplify, it says solve. So we're going to first we're going to have to first simplify some things.
Is that supposed to be a 4?
Sorry, that y should have been a 4, so there I cleaned it up. So this one we're going to have to solve this, but to solve it we first have to simplify. So we're going to use some of these properties. Notice we're going to use this property right here. We're going to go this other direction though. We're going to go to the right. Right, we're not going to go right to left, we're going to go left to right. We're going to take this and turn it into that. Remember, all these properties go both directions. These equations go both directions. So what I would do is I would condense these as 8 over x equals log base 2 of 4. And now we're going to use the I call it the dub property. If log base 2 of one thing equals log base 2 of another thing, what has to be true? That one thing has to equal the other thing. You could do it in a different way, but that's just the simplest way to do that. Now how do I solve for x? You could maybe just see the x has to equal 2, right? Can you see that x is 2?
Yeah.
But if you want to do it algebraically, multiply and then divide. And always check your answer. So plug in 2 for x if you can. Yes, you can use a calculator. Now some calculators have this, they have the ability to plug in log base 2 of 8, but if you can't do that, you'll have to use the change of base property over there.
Yeah.
But most calculators these days will allow you to do that, and you use the store button. You store that, you store 2, store x, and then you type this in, and then you type this in, and you make sure that those are both the same, but they will be the same thing. Now, one way I can show you how they're the same thing is to demonstrate for you that to demonstrate what it means to be logarithms. So what does it mean to be a log base 2 of 8? What does that mean? And I'm looking up here for that property.
So if you set it equal to y, then
2 to the
y equals 8. Good.
In other words, so you don't even have to set it equal to this. You can just think to yourself, 2 to what power equals 8. That's what a logarithm is. 2 to what power equals 8? Which is 3. So this is 3. This is what? 2. So this has to equal 1, because 3 minus 1 equals 2. And what would I make? What's log base 2 of 2?
1.
It's 1. So you could also check it that way, and you can see that it was correct.